I'm going to call Tracy Martin.
Mr Chair, thank you very much. Just to take a quick call in the committee stage of the bill, I understand what Mr Hipkins is talking about. I absolutely do. I have a 20-year-old son, his mate who ended up homeless, and a 17-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter, and they complain to me constantly about lag. Now, I'm assuming, because I'm not that IT, up to speed, but I'm assuming that lag is when everybody is on Dungeons and Dragons or whatever the heck it is that they're playing, and there's too many people on the line as such, and so it slows down the speed. I understand it. But what I don't understand is actually the argument that this is not, the continuation of the levy is not the answer. And I'm yet to hear, and I challenge, I hope Ms Curran will stand. I hope Ms Curran will stand, and I hope she will tell me what the alternative is. Who will build this infrastructure, and how will it be paid for if not this way? And Dr Clark is nodding his head, so I am hopeful that those members will stand and that they will take a call, and and Ms Woods, apparently Dr Woods is going to stand and also give us an alternative way to make this work. Because nothing is worse than spending $300 million and then changing direction and spending $150 million in another direction while people still have nothing. Nothing is worse than that. I take up Gareth Hughes' conversation and Gareth Hughes' contribution around actually the Commerce Select Committee. While you're at it, have a look at it, do a review, do an inquiry, let's see how it went. But let's not change horse midstream after $300 million has been spent. Let's not leave the Robin Dixons and the Omaha residents and ratepayers out there on their own yet again, with what has been a levy that has been in place since 2011. Let's get real. And there is no cause for Spark to raise their funds. And I would say, let me just tell you, who actually pays this levy? So Spark, who was formerly known as Telecom, pays $25 million per year of the $50 million because it's a percentage of what their take is of the market. And I would say to their customers, if they decide to pass on this cost to you, which they've already been passing on to you, since 2011, change provider. Change provider. That's why we have 22 providers. Vodafone, 10 million, Chorus, 6 million, Vodafone Fixed, 4 million, 2 Degrees, 1 million, Orcon, Team Talk, Vector, FX, Call Plus, Bay City, World. Where's the press release from all those providers? Where's the press release from the 21 other providers apart from Spark? And the reason why Spark has put out a press release is because they have the largest amount of your business, New Zealand, and they don't want to pay this levy. But this levy is required to deliver for the rest of New Zealand, no matter who you have your business with. So I suggest to you, if Spark isn't happy about paying their fair share around infrastructure, and New Zealand First agrees that there should be a review on the $300 million, there's nothing to be afraid of if it's doing well, and we could learn some lessons about it. But what we know from inside our schools is that telecommunications can be a black hole of money. Everybody comes up with another great idea. But what is a sustainable idea? Are we on the right track? And what is the cost of switching horses midstream? So I hope Ms Curran will tell us how the Labour Party would fund this infrastructure throughout New Zealand. I hope that Dr Clark will, I hope that Dr Woods will, because right now, as far as, and if you give a good enough argument, Dr Clark, you never know your luck. Today is Friday, it could happen. But at the moment, New Zealand First stands with the Green Party. This infrastructure is required, the rural areas require it, and actually, most of the super city of Auckland requires it. That's the bizarrest thing, that many parts of the super city of Auckland, Wellsford, Tahana, Tapora, Omaha, these are in the super city of Auckland that was created by this government, and they still can't get reasonable broadband. And sitting in Warkworth, what are we called? We're a satellite town of Auckland. We're going to go from 10,000 dwellings to 30,000 dwellings in 20 years, and apparently we've got lag. So, sir, New Zealand First will continue to support the bill. But I will be listening to the contribution from the Labour Party. I am looking for alternatives, but at this stage we see it as appropriate that the infrastructure is built on a levy that has already been existing since 2011. They've already passed on the cost. Don't up your prices anymore, Spark, using this as an excuse, and we'll be watching. Kia ora.
I call Claire Curran.